thrilling duels, bursts of raw power over the water, and world titles hanging in the balance. This is the final stop of the 2025 Aquabike World Championship at the Old Doha Port Grand Prix of Qatar. After 10 years, Qatar returns to the Aquabike calendar by hosting the decisive round of the UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship. For 3 intense days, Aquabike Promotion and the Doha Marine Sports Club will turn Doha Bay into a high-speed battleground for the Old Doha Port Grand Prix of Qatar.
Actually, I'm so happy. I was racing from the beginning of when it's came UIM. So today it came back to our world, and we are really happy to have the race here. I hope it's gonna be every year.
The last and decisive race weekend of the 2025 season, where every point matters and champions are crowned. Qatar has evolved into one of the most vibrant global destinations for sport, staging major events in aquatics, motorsport, football, and beyond. Doha stands at the center of the sporting ambition, a modern city enriched by tradition. The Old Doha Port, once a historic harbor, has been revitalized into a lively waterfront district, welcoming international visitors and elite athletes alike. With world-class venues, outstanding infrastructure, and unmatched hospitality, Qatar continues to strengthen its reputation as a premier host for global sport. Here, competition isn't just an event, it's woven into the culture. Fans in Qatar turned out in force, as they did a decade ago, filling the port area with excitement and energy, giving riders and teams a memorable atmosphere for the season finale. The championship showcases the Ski Division GP1, Ski Ladies GP1, Runabout GP1, and Freestyle disciplines, each drawing one of the largest fields of competitors this season. In this program, we focus on the action from the Runabout GP1 and Freestyle categories. The course this season was particularly challenging, tight, technical, and demanding. The waves created by the riders bouncing off the harbor walls, adding yet another layer of difficulty and pushing every athlete to the limit.
The water from the wall come back everywhere, so it's very, very hard, stronger than Olympia. I think it's very hard, and but it's exciting because we'll see who is fast in this condition, and it's not easy, but I feel good.
In the runabout category, 23 riders representing 14 nations competed for the Old Doha Port Grand Prix of Qatar. The main focus of the championship, however, was on 2 teammates who were vying for the overall world title, Francois Midori and Jeremy Perez. Francois Midori currently holds a 16-point lead in the standings. This advantage gives him a strong position, but the Frenchman remains cautious and focused.
Tomorrow I need to fight with Jeremy. I need to try to follow him, or if I be in front of him, to try to stay in front of him. And we will see the result at the last moto. I have 16 points in front of Jeremy, but everything can happen. We can go in the water, we can make mistakes, we can have problems. So I will race Moto 1, and after I will race Moto 2 like it's the first moto of the championship.
His teammate Jeremy Perez is aware that closing a 16-point gap will be very challenging. Even so, he knows that anything can happen out on the water and will be determined to fight for another World Championship title in his career.
It's not easy because I have 16 points late, but everything is possible, so I will try to do my best. Of course, I will try to win both moto on Friday and Saturday, whatever. It's a good championship. Francois is fast, so we'll see. But I will try to do my best to take back this world title, but it will be not easy.
Homegrown riders have made a strong appearance in Doha, and one of the most important Qatari riders is Walid Al-Sharshani. His racing skills and familiarity with the local conditions could significantly influence the outcome of the race. In addition, Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak from Kuwait is returning to UIM Aquabike competition after a long break. He's very excited to be back on the world stage and highly motivated to prove himself once again.
I'm excited to have a good fight with Midori, Jeremy and the rest. And I have my teammate Khalifa with me, so I think he got first. So we're on the first lane, so it will be an interesting fight.
Other notable riders include Georgi Kasha of Hungary, Pierre-Francois Savelli of France, Dino Araujo of Portugal, Andrzej Wisniewski of Poland, and Tori Snyder of the United States. Moto 1 is about to begin, and the riders are positioned on the starting grid. Based on the qualifying results, Yusuf Al Abdulrazak starts from pole position, and Francois Midori starts in second place. Jeremy Perez in third, Georgi Kasha in fourth, and Khalifa Belsalah begins the race from fifth. And the race gets underway. Al Abdullah reacts quickly and makes an excellent start, immediately taking the lead. Pierre-Francois Savelli struggles to find his pace in the opening moments, and Al Abdulrazak reaches the first buoy and secures the whole shot. As the riders approach the parallel section, Al Abdulrazak continues to lead. Belsalah follows in second position, Midori is in third, and Perez remains in fourth. During the parallel section, Al Abdulrazak and Midori take the green section, while Belsalah enters the blue. When the riders exit the section, Al Abdulrazak maintains first place. Midori manages to overtake Belsalah and moves into second place. Belsalah drops to third. Perez stays in fourth. Kasha holds fifth position. Further behind, Savelli battles with Linus Lindberg of Sweden for position. By lap 4, Midori is still directly behind Al Abdulrazak in second place. He's won every moto this season. Can he continue that winning streak here in Doha? Just before the parallel section, Perez pulls alongside Belsalah, but Belsalah defends the position and remains in third. As lap 5 begins, Perez continues to pressure Belsalah. Suddenly, Kasha inserts himself into the battle and moves between them. Kasha overtakes into fourth place, pushing Perez back into fifth. Moments later, Kasha finds speed on the straight and passes Belsalah to take over third place. In the same lap, Perez overtakes Belsalah in the parallel section and regains fourth position. On lap 8, Midori catches up to Al Abdulrazak. They ride side by side down the back straight, but Al Abdulrazak manages to stay ahead. In the parallel section, Midori is faster and overtakes Al Abdulrazak to take the lead. Only seconds after taking first place, Midori suffers a sudden mechanical failure and his jet ski comes to a stop. The French rider is furious, but he has no choice but to retire from the race. This is a huge shock to Midori and his fans. With Midori out, Al Abdulrazak regains the lead. However, soon afterward, Al Abdulrazak also experiences a mechanical problem and is forced to retire. What an unexpected turn of events this moto has produced. By lap 11, Georgi Kasha becomes the new race leader. Jeremy Perez is behind him in second position now and sees an opportunity to take advantage of Midori's and Al Abdulrazak's retirements. One lap later, Perez attacks Kasha during the parallel section. He executes a clean pass and takes over first place. At the same time, Qatari rider Walid Al-Shashani advances into third position. On the final lap, Kasha once again closes in on Perez. Kasha draws alongside him, and the two enter side by side. Perez receives the green lane, while Kasha takes the blue lane. They exit nearly together, but Perez holds the lead. Jeremy Perez wins Moto 1, securing victory after a dramatic and unpredictable race. Moto 1 final results have Jeremy Perez as the winner, with Georgi Kasha in second and Walid Al-Shashani third. Linus Lindberg comes in fourth, with Pierre-Francois Savelli in fifth.
It was very difficult for me this race, and now I'm leader the championship. It's up for Francois that broke the motor during the race. He was faster than me, but not the race, and just to keep focus on the second motor and try to get this World Championship again.
The freestyle category has achieved a record-breaking level of participation, with 12 skilled freestylers representing 7 nations taking part in the competition. 5 of the riders are from Qatar and will proudly carry their national flag, which adds excitement and energy to the crowd. Currently, Roberto Mariani of Italy, known as the Italian Superman, is leading the World Championship standings. He holds a 10-point advantage over his closest rival. His closest competitor, Rashid Al-Mullah, is fully aware of the points gap. Even though overcoming it will be difficult, his main goal is to put on an exceptional performance for the spectators and showcase his freestyle talent at the highest level.
I don't know what's gonna happen, this race, there is many surprises in the race, many things at the race, and no one knows what's gonna happen after you've done the race.
It was a big field of riders contending for the freestyle title in the Old Doha port as Qatari talent went up against French riders and Kuwaitis, wowing the crowds in one of the most popular spectator events in Aquabike. A total of 12 riders competing over 2 motos as the locals enjoyed the aquabatic spectacle. Local talents like Badr and Abdulaziz Al Abdullah, Al Sulaiti, Al Nama and Al Kubaisi got a chance to compete against the world's best, showcasing Qatar's emergence in the sport, alongside French rider Roye Al Armeli of the UAE, Saudi rider Abdul Jadayal, and also David Jologwa. As the sun set and the lights came on, Qatari Badr Al Abdullah put on a fantastic show with 360s, barrel rolls, no-hand combos, earning 20 points in Moto 1 and another 18 points in Moto 2 to earn 4th place in the overall Grand Prix. The fun, family-friendly festival atmosphere continued into the evening as Italian Massimo Accumulo took to the water and immediately upped the ante with a series of dizzying back-to-back combos, 360s, barrel rolls, and some well-executed no-hands tricks. That earned him 18 points in Moto 1 and 20 in Moto 2 to just edge Badr Al Abdullah into the 3rd step of the podium in the Grand Prix overall. Next up was Italian, European, and world champion, the veteran Roberto Mariani of Rome, aka Superman. Mariani has been a staple of the UIM-ABP freestyle circuit for the last 12 years, the veteran knowing that a 2nd or even 3rd place finish in Doha would seal him a 2nd world title. But Mariani is the kind of rider who goes out and always gives 100%, and the Italian maestro did not disappoint. He loves to put on a show, the crowds always love it, and his incredible 20 backflip trick stole the show on the night. Mariani put on a masterclass with a full repertoire that included some near-perfect 360s, no-hands combos, and barrel rolls. It was all topped off by his signature Superman and fountain show, the crowds loving it. An excellent performance that racked up 44 points over 2 motos that earned the Italian ace runner-up in the overall Grand Prix and earned him a 3rd world title.
World champion!
But there was more. Multiple world champion Rashid Al-Mullah of the United Arab Emirates, a man who has dominated the world freestyle circuit for years. He has struggled since winning the world title last year, having to make do with a backup ski most of the season. But Al-Mullah was back with his own ski, ready to reach for the heights once more and keen to put on a show worthy of a champion in Old Doha ports. Al-Mullah went out flying. He got straight into a phenomenal routine and produced an incredible bag of tricks under the Doha lights. Al-Mullah was flawless over both motos, producing a stunning array of tricks that stood out not just for their execution, but also for their creativity and diversity. You name it, 360s, backflips, barrel rolls, crowned with a double backflip in Moto 2. That's a 50-point haul, perfect result for the Emirati as he gets back in form with a Grand Prix victory in Doha, taking the top step overall.
It was a really amazing competition for us. I'm so happy because we bring more riders in the sport. It's the best competition, I think, the best round for us because a lot of freestyle riders. You know, it was amazing show.
And so, after 2 motos, the Old Doha Port Grand Prix of Qatar title goes to Rashid Al-Mullah, who's back to his winning ways. Runner-up is Roberto Mariani, with 3rd place going to another Italian, Massimo Accumulo. and a well-earned 4th place for Qatari Badr Al Abdullah. Celebrating a second World Championship in 3 years is Roberto Mariani with 141 points over the 2025 season. Rashid Al Mullah takes silver with 137 points, and bronze goes to Accumulo on 122 points. So, I'm very happy. It is my second world title in 3 years at the top. It is really nice that the more the years go by, the more I have fun, the more I excel, and the more I entertain the audience. Thank you to all my supporters. Thank you to the audience that always supports me. Thank you to Aquabike. Thank you everyone. It is really fun to be here.
Grazie a tutti, è un vero divertimento essere qua.
Besides the main categories in Doha, the nighttime parallel slalom event delivered non-stop excitement as riders raced head-to-head under the lights in a truly entertaining spectacle for the crowd. Yusuf Al Abdulrazak automatically advanced to the final because Khalifa Belsalah was unable to compete due to an engine issue that occurred during an earlier moto. In the other Runabout GP1 semi-final, Georgi Kasha faced Pierre-Francois Savelli. Each rider won one sprint, which required a tiebreaker run. Kasha won the tiebreaker and secured his place in the final. The result created a final showdown between Al Abdulrazak and Kasha, while Savelli was guaranteed 3rd place and therefore completed his final lap alone. In the final round, Al Abdulrazak won the first heat. Kasha then equalized in the second heat after Al Abdulrazak went wide and lost time. In the decisive third heat, Al Abdulrazak launched a strong and aggressive attack, which allowed him to reclaim the lead and the win. With this victory, the Kuwaiti rider earned the title of World Parallel Slalom Champion. It's time for Moto 2. 20 riders prepare to do battle. Pre-race nerves on the faces of Jeremy Perez and Francois Midori. You can cut the air with a knife. The skis go in the water again as riders go out for the parade lap, warming up their engines and saluting the crowds lined along the Doha shore. But there was drama before the race even began as Jeremy Perez stopped dead in the water at the end of the parade lap. Smoke was billowing out of the hatch as Perez tried to fix it on the water. This did not look good. He and his team got to work, frantically trying to fix the electrical issue in time for the race as Perez looked on, worried and anxious. A quick fix, but the race had already got underway. The lights go out and the race is on. The fleet flies off the dock with Hungarian ace Georgi Kasha flying ahead with a brilliant start. Francois Midori struggles at the back, trying to get to the front of the fleet. Kasha is first to the whole shot, but Lindberg is right up there with him to his port side, the Swede pushing hard for the early lead. Kasha holds firm and the Magyar rider is first into the parallel split course. Further back, multiple world champion Francois Midori is racing hard into the split, the Corsican rider trying to claw his way through the blue track. Race leader Georgi Kasha is being challenged by Al-Sharshani. The Qatari rider is on the attack, but Kasha just manages to shut the door and hold on to that lead as they exit the split. Lindberg comes out of the split in 3rd position, but he's going for the black penalty buoy. Suddenly, the Swede finds himself down 2 more positions as first Pierre-Francois Savelli passes him to move into 3rd, followed by 5-time world champion Yusuf Al Abdulrazak in 4th. Meanwhile, Jeremy Perez's ski gets fixed and the 3-time world champion desperate to salvage what he can from the race, knowing every point matters for the championship. Perez's teammate Francois Midori, meanwhile, has found his groove, and by the end of the start lap, he has passed a raft of riders to move up to 7th position. In the next lap, Midori, who's been giving hard chase to Tori Schneider of the USA, pours on the power and finds the opportunity he's been looking for, cutting in tight on the inside to overhaul the American. As the race enters lap 3, it's Georgi Kasha still in command at the head of the fleet, followed by Qatari rider Al-Shashani, with Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak having nabbed third place from Pierre-Francois Savelli. In the third lap now, Midori is on the rampage, overhauling Lindbergh, bumping the Swede down to 6th as Midori cracks the top 5 and locks in on Savelli in 4th. In the next lap, Midori is in the green track of the split with Savelli in blue as the French riders lock horns, taking those turns tight. They exit the split, and it's Midori who comes out trumps against his fellow Frenchman. The Midori rampage continues unabated, now in 4th place on lap 4. At the back of the field, a lonely race for Jeremy Perez as the veteran rider tries to salvage what points he can here in Moto 2. But there's a lot of water to cover as the rest of the field heads into lap 5. Back to the lead riders, and in lap 5, Midori is closing in on Kuwaiti ace Al-Abdulrazak, eyeing that third position. As they emerge from the split, Al-Abdulrazak holds off the Corsican challenge. Not this time, says the Kuwaiti. But Al-Abdulrazak has to go for the penalty buoy. That's the chance Midori's been looking for. Midori now moves into 3rd place, while the Kuwaiti suddenly finds himself bumped down to 6th in this very tight Moto 2. And right after that, things get even worse as Al-Abdulrazak comes to a halt, the number 29 unable to continue. We return to the race, and in the lead, Georgi Kasha going strong into lap 7, but Al-Shashani and Midori in 2nd and 3rd respectively are closing the gap with the Hungarian, feeling the pressure. Now in lap 8, Team Qatar cheer their man on as Al-Shashani dives into the blue track, but struggling now in the heavy traffic as he tries to keep the speed up amid the back markers. This is going to be tight. Midori is in the green track. The two emerge neck and neck, and it's Midori who just inches ahead of the Qatari. Midori is in 2nd position. What a race for the Frenchman. Al-Shashani bumped back into 3rd. Midori has set his sights on the lead in lap 11 now. They come out of the parallel split. Can Midori do it? Midori does it! The Corsican rider powers his way through the blue track and into the lead as Kasha is unceremoniously pushed back into 2nd place. But Kasha's troubles aren't over. He now has Walid Al-Shashani breathing down his neck in 3rd position. The Qatari knows he has to find a way past Kasha if he's to take the Grand Prix overall title. In the lap 13 split section, Al-Shashani goes for it, taking those turns tight, finding the speed he needs, and he comes out victorious. Al-Shashani in 2nd position. Kasha's drop continues. The Magyar bumped down to 3rd and having been dealt a blow to his Grand Prix title hopes. But the man of the race is without a doubt Francois Midori. Now in the last stretches, the French champion is home free after an epic ride from last position into 1st. He is the well-deserved winner of Moto 2, and with this win, Midori secures his 3rd Circuit World Championship title. An incredible race and an emotional moment for the veteran French master. Al-Shashani holds on for 2nd position to take the Old Doha Port Grand Prix title. What a great victory in front of his home crowd. The results of Moto 2, Midori reigns supreme. Al-Shashani runner-up with Savelli in a last gasp attack that naps him 3rd place, with Kasha having to make do with 4th after leading 11 laps, and Swedish rider Linus Lindbergh rounding out the top 5. In the Grand Prix overall results, an emphatic win for hometown hero Al-Shashani, with Kasha Grand Prix runner-up, Savelli on the podium in 3rd, followed by Lindbergh 4th and Jeremy Perez managing 5th.
Actually, it was really nice. We are very happy to win, the race here in our country. And I'm so happy, and I really want to thank my team, my dad, my mechanic, and my brother, the tuners, and all the guys who helped me to make it. Without them, I can't make it. And I was pushing until I get it. So it was really good race, really good race. Thank you all, and thanks all the riders. And I hope to meet you all next year, and I'm planning to do the tour with you guys.
I asked many questions yesterday. I had to manage more the ski yesterday, or I don't know. Anyways, today I pushed my maximum. I knew that I had to make one of the hardest races in my career. I start from last position and finish first. My team worked all the year on the ski, and it was really hard for me to win this weekend. And I want to thank Teddy, Cyril, my dad, Tom, all my family. There is my children this weekend. They cry a lot yesterday, but today I think they are really happy. It was one of the best moments of my career.
A spectacular podium crowns the GP winner and the new world champion. In the World Championship standings, the 2025 UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship goes to Francois Midori with 125 points. Heartbreak for Jeremy Perez in Moto 2, but he still manages to finish world number 2 with 116 points, and Georgi Kasha is on the podium in third with 96 points. That brings to an end a spectacular Old Doha Port Grand Prix of Qatar and a heart-stopping climax to the 2025 UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship. See you next year.